On December 3rd, 1992, the first ever text message is sent. It is just 2 words: Merry Christmas. 22-year-old British software engineer Neil Papworth uses his computer, not a phone, to send this groundbreaking message. This innovation goes on to transform the way the world communicates. Before the dawn of text messaging, people relied heavily on voice calls and written letters. It was a time when you had to often wait for what felt like an eternity for a response. We were still using beepers and pagers, and payphones were a common sight. In fact, even email was still in its infancy, and the idea of sending a short message to someone's phone was unheard of. The early 1990s saw a flurry of technological advancements that would make SMS possible. Mobile networks were expanding, and the first mobile phones were being introduced to the market. These early cell phones were bulky and expensive, but they paved the way for the sleek, high-powered devices we use today. In a small office in the UK, Papworth was working on a project that would change the course of communication history. He helped create the Short Message Service, or SMS, for Vodafone, a British telecommunications company. The historic first message was sent from a computer over the Vodafone network to an Orbitel 901 portable phone owned by Vodafone's Director of Development, Richard Jarvis, who was attending a holiday party. Shortly thereafter, Papworth received a call from the party, letting him know that the outgoing message was a success. At the time, mobile phones could not yet send messages. The following year, Nokia released the first cell phone with an SMS feature. Today, billions of texts are sent daily. And it all started with that simple Merry Christmas message sent over 30 years ago. So next time you send a text, remember Neil Papworth and the tiny message that started it all. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1776, weeks before his famous crossing, Washington secures his army on the banks of the Delaware River. In 1839, 30-year-old Abraham Lincoln is admitted to practice law in the U.S. Circuit Court. In 1854, miners clash with government forces in Australia's Battle of the Eureka Stockade. In 1964, the animated TV special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer debuts on CBS. In 1967, in South Africa, the first human heart transplant is performed. In 1979, a stampede at a concert by The Who kills 11 people in Cincinnati. In 1984, the charity single Do They Know It's Christmas is released for Ethiopia famine relief. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. In 1991, American journalist Terry Anderson was released after more than 6 years as a hostage in which country? Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, or Iran? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right tomorrow on Today in History.